Welcome back to Investing in Trading Live, sponsored by TradingAcademy.com. If you're back listening, thanks for coming back. We have a good time on the show talking about stocks, options, futures, Forex, how the market actually works, how it functions, the opportunities that are within these phenomenal financial markets. If you missed tickets for that investing class that we have right here at the Academy, you can simply just text the word investing to the number 210-210. That's for 2 seats, one for you and one for a friend. Text investing to the number 210-210, or simply go to investwithota.com, and that's for 2 seats. You can pick your own date. We do these classes during the week and on the weekends. Pretty much anybody can attend. We even have these in the weekend, Alan, in the evenings. And so for those of you that are 9 to 5ers out there and have that job during the day, we have opportunities for you. And that's kind of the theme of the show here today. Other than sports, we love to talk about football on the show here. The Minnesota Vikings on Monday night. Monday Night Football, prime time, won their prime time game here this week. But we continue to discuss the opportunities in the financial markets, Al. And that's what it comes down to, is when people don't have what they want, they feel like they are financially poor. And poor is actually not really a monetary word. It's passing over opportunities regularly. And we have an opportunity for people to come into these investing classes, and we've been seeing a lot of people coming into these classes, and it's nice to see new faces every single, usually 3-4 times a week we have new faces come into these classes. But you've been seeing a different mentality with people that are coming in right now, and I think you have a good insight on that because you teach a lot of these classes, and I want to kind of get your insight and just share with our listeners, what are some of the reasons that you're hearing that people are coming to these classes for? What are they looking to accomplish?
Well, you know what? Let me just say what investing is. Investing is really about growing your assets at a fast enough pace to either maintain your lifestyle or improve your lifestyle. And that's really what people are looking for. They're looking for financial freedom. They don't know how to address the markets properly to be able to do that. So we see a lot of people that come in, even people that have executive type positions. We have doctors, attorneys, business owners that are still looking for additional income.
Yeah, well, they're getting burnt out too.
They're getting burnt out. A lot of people in the trades, their bodies are basically deteriorating on them. Mm-hmm. But the cost of living has increased substantially in this country, and a lot of people have reached a position where the amount of money that they're making, even in the 6-figure incomes, it just isn't enough to pay all their bills and maintain their lifestyle. So they want to do something in addition to what they're generating from their careers. So generating additional income is one thing, whether you're working or in retirement. And maybe in retirement, generating income becomes even more important because the cost of living doesn't necessarily go down. In many cases, it goes up. So I would say increasing income is probably number one. But then also protecting their assets. A lot of people that come in that have really nice sized retirement portfolios, they up until the year 2022 anyways, and then 25% of their assets were taken away. They want to know how to protect what they have left and also to recoup what they lost. And you can't do that by following that typical Wall Street buy and hold strategy. That at the best is going to get you average or mediocre returns. There's a number of things that we see: managing risk, generating income, growing retirement portfolios, all of those things, but they're not getting the advice that they need to be able to do that from Wall Street or from financial advisors. A lot of the people that we're seeing recently, Josh, are people that when in 2022, when the market was down 25%, mm-hmm. their retirement portfolios went down that low, and they worked hard. They worked maybe 30, 40, 50 years to build these portfolios up, and just in a matter of less than a year, they saw a quarter to a half of what they had worked hard for disappear.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing too is the same thing that we saw back in 2009 and 10 is people will call it got fooled lost a bunch of money in their retirement accounts.
Right.
And it's one of those things, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So people are now taking action, so they're not being fooled twice.
They want to take action. They don't know what the action is that they should take. And
Exactly.
that's why they're coming in here.
Yeah, that's the big reason that we're seeing is they don't know what to do. And that's why we have these investing classes at the Academy, to introduce you to all these techniques and concepts that we're talking about here on the show. That way, if you're brand new to the markets, don't be afraid. It's not new. It's just a little bit different than something that you may have done. But if you've been investing for 20, 30 years and looking for better returns or more consistency, well, if you want that opportunity, you might want to see what's available to you as a strategy. And we teach these different strategies and techniques right here at the Academy. So I want to invite people. Come check it out. Come check out those investing classes and see what those opportunities are to reach those goals or objectives that you do have with the markets. Simply just text the word investing to the number 210-210. And that's for 2 seats, for one for you and one for a friend. Text investing to the number 210-210, or simply go to investwithota.com for that free pass for the investing class. So, Al, you mentioned some of the reasons people are coming in. Increasing income is one of their goals, but also protecting their assets. Let's start with increasing their income. What does the market allow, or what are the strategies that allow people to have the potential to increase their income with, say, with the stock market?
Well, one of the things that I always emphasize when I teach these classes, Josh, is that there's a significant difference between how you invest or trade the market for income compared to wealth. There are different ways of approaching the market. Unfortunately, Wall Street typically has you participating only in one of those two, which is more on the wealth side. But to get there, you have to have income. You have to have additional income to build your wealth. Mm-hmm. It doesn't do any good to go into an advisor who gives you advice on the wealth side of it if you don't have the money there to do it. So what we do, we show you how to generate income from the markets, how you do that, how can you do that. And that has to be something that you do on a short-term basis. Income, just think about it. If you work for a company, let's say that you're interviewing for a job, Josh.
Okay.
And
boy, it's been a long time since I've had to do that.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure that you'd get one right away. No question, everybody would want to hire you. But let's say, okay, Josh, we want to hire you, and we're going to pay you X amount of dollars, but we're only going to pay you in 10 years. Would you take that job?
I would say go fly a kite.
Absolutely. You would not take that job. But that's basically what Wall Street is telling you to do with your money. Put it into something that you hold on to for 10 or 20 years. What if you need money now? What if you need a new car? Or what if you need a new roof on your house or a new furnace? You can't.
Or you want to travel.
Or you want to travel and have some fun. That's something you have to have the money to pay for now. No one's going to replace your roof or sell you a car if you don't pay them for it now.
True.
So how do you do that? How do you generate income short term like that? Well, there are assets, and we talk about these in these free classes that Josh is talking about. We'll go into as much detail as we can in that time period on what these assets are. They're what we call leveraged assets. They are more short term in nature. In other words, you identify a proper entry point, and it gives you the opportunity to benefit, to get your full potential, or to be out, whether you're right or wrong, in a short period of time. There are the assets like options, futures, forex, and a lot of people, I can almost hear people gasping out there saying, "Oh no, those are too risky."
That's because they don't know.
Because you don't know what they are. When you think of an investor, a wealthy person who you would think is totally averse to risk and doesn't take any risk, who would you think that would be?
Mr. Buffett.
Absolutely.
Mr. Buffet.
Yeah,
Since you're talking about changing words, what was it? Orange?
Orange.
Is Mr. Buffet.
Yeah,
and not Phoebe Buffet.
Okay. We're going back to this Warren, by the way. And he makes about $8 billion a year trading one of those risky assets. He trades options and makes about $8 billion a year with them.
And a matter of fact, options were created to minimize risk.
Absolutely. And the reason that people experience risk with them is because they don't know how to use them. And it's like anything else. If you just blindly walk out into the street, if you're crossing, say, Hennepin Avenue or a busy street, and you just walk out and don't look either way, there's a good chance you're not going to make it to the other side.
That's a possibility.
So you manage risk there, and you do the same thing with any of these assets. What we show you, in fact, the number one thing that we teach our students is risk management. And to be honest with you, your success, the amount of profit you make, is based on your risk management strategy. So that's why we spend so much time on that, so that it's just part of what you use to your benefit. But you have to, again, if you're looking for income, invest in something that's more short-term. Stocks are more long-term. It's a great long-term asset. Some people do short-term trade them, but the cost of investing in an equity portfolio is very high.
Yeah.
These other assets allow you to do it with a much smaller amount of money.
Well, let me ask you this then, because all you see on TV, the brokers, those types of companies out there, they say, oh, you can't do this, you shouldn't do this, trust your advisor. Why do they say that?
Well, if you can't do it, if you believe you can't do it on your own, and you want to do it, you have to find someone that will do it for you, and then you have to pay them for that.
And will they actually put you in those income strategies? You kind of hit that nail on the head earlier.
And here's the problem. And when I was working as a broker, I had 250, 300 clients at times. There's no way that you can have an individual portfolio for 200 or 300 or 400 people that they get into, and with investments they get into and out of in a short-term basis. Could be daily or weekly. You just can't do it. You don't have the time. So the go-to direction or path for most financial advisors is to put you into either something like a mutual fund or an ETF portfolio, or each broker might have 3 or 4 or 5 different portfolios that they've designed where you are put into something with maybe hundreds or thousands of other people.
Yeah, I want to clarify something there. And you said something in there. I don't think you realized what you said there, because you said that they don't have the time to do that. So they're referencing they don't have the time to do it for 200, 300 people. They can't trade for 200 and 300 or 300 people.
Right.
So they're saying that information to their clients, which their clients are thinking, well, I can't do it either. But remember, you're doing it for just yourself. You have the opportunity. It's the time is totally different. So the time to put into it has nothing to do with what they're doing. Because if they're doing it for 300 people, that is very difficult to do.
Yeah, be careful. When we talk about time, now people might be thinking, well, if I do it, then it's going to take a lot of my time. That is absolutely wrong, and that's one of the misconceptions that people have. Wall Street will try to convince you, number one, you're not smart enough to do this. Number two, you don't have enough time to do it. Number three, you don't have enough money to do it. All are false. You don't have to be a genius to do this. I'm not sure about you, Josh, but I'm pretty sure my IQ does not put me in at genius level.
Well, you have that nice orange shirt on, though.
I do know how to dress. And as far as not having enough time, people that trade full time, people that do this for a living, sometimes only spend maybe an hour or two a day at the most.
And that's their choice, because their strategy is designed for that. So that's the thing, is you dictate your strategy, you dictate your time, you dictate how much money you want to put into it. Yeah, exactly. So you manage that, and you can do that on what's comfortable for you.
Yeah.
And
can you do that with your job?
I don't think so. Most people can't.
No, if I decide I don't feel like coming into work when I'm supposed to be at work, or for most people they have a schedule, if they just don't show up, that's not a good thing.
Yep.
And bosses don't like that.
And that's what people are looking for, is more freedom of what they want to be able to do. And that's why we have these investing classes, to introduce you to these concepts and techniques. How do you allocate your time? How do you allocate your capital? How do you allocate your goals into what you want to accomplish? Maybe you have long-term goals. Maybe it's long-term financial goals and you want to retire at 50 or 55 or 60, or be able to retire. That's one of the cool things about the markets, is the opportunity is always there. You just got to take advantage of that. I want to invite you to this investing class that we do here at the Academy, right off 494, state-of-the-art facility. Just text the word investing to the number 210-210, and that's for 2 seats for this investing class, one for you and one for a friend. Text investing to the number 210-210, or simply go to investwithota.com. Al, we have a lot of listeners that listen to the show here live on their radios here in the metro area, but we do have the podcast. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe to the podcast, Investing and Trading Live. That way you don't miss an episode. and you can start to reach those goals that you have and start building a plan for that. Only the sky is the limit. Text investing to the number 210-210. Coming up next, we're going to talk about how to protect your assets in all directions of the stock market. This is Josh and Al, Investing and Trading Live. We will be right back.